back in my car. They say I live in my car. Maybe I do. That's where I make my money. What's going on? I got a long ride to work. I figured I'd jump on here. I gotta laugh at some of these Ohio State fans, boy. They are unbelievable. I gotta laugh at these OSU fans. I got to. I'm on Facebook and somebody posted the Rod Moore article. He said, and just like that, Michigan loses their starting safety. Boy, these Ohio State fans, boy. And just like that, Michigan loses their starting safety. What up, Trill? Can we get a D-line coach? I don't care about Ohio. Can we get a D-line coach? They gonna get one. Or they gonna do it, from what I heard, they gonna do it by committee. If not, they gonna do it by committee. You know? So I guess it's a waiting game. I think right now they just gonna wait, you know, because you don't want to just hurry up and hire somebody as the D-line coach. You wanna do your due diligence the same way you did it before. Well, I guess you should have did it a little better. Looking at it seemed like dude was an alcoholic, but yeah, you know, they got to do their due diligence, find the best candidate, you know. So I'm guessing they saying right now it's gonna be by committee. I doubt if they do that for the whole season. I doubt it, but who knows? You know, you never know. But yeah, we'll see. Al Washington wish he was back here. I think a lot of dudes kind of wish they were back here. Well, what Michigan's been having going on in the players and the development of those players, you gotta kind of like it. Keon Sabb coming back. I wish. He didn't enter the portal then. Yeah, I wish Keon would come back. You know. And I was, and that's what I was getting on here talking about. I was laughing at the Ohio State fan on Facebook, posted the article, and he's saying, what'd he say? And just like that, Michigan loses their starting safety. And, you know, me being logical and actually knowing who played, you know, I'm like, it's a big deal, but Quentin Johnson played a ton last year. Makari Page has started the last 2 years. And he posts the article like that's supposed to mean something to me. Rod Moore started the last 3 years. Still keep lying to yourself. What do they call us? Scum fans, scum, Michigan scum, or whatever. Bitch again. Them Ohio State fans, boy, they is so funny, man. But yeah, and so that's the thing. A lot of them they happy because they think that Rod Moore was the only good safety we had. Shows what they know. It shows they don't be paying attention. Since Quentin Johnson knocked out Emeka and Buka, they don't even realize that. He just announced he was coming back, what, a month ago, 3 weeks ago? It wasn't that long ago. But yeah, you know, they don't be knowing no better. They see something bad for Michigan and they gonna run with it, boy. They gonna run with it. They want to be they can't believe, them dudes can't believe, they just can't believe what's happened in these 3 years, how Michigan has turned it around, beat them 3 times and won a national championship. I think your average Ohio State fan is in the twilight zone. Like if they were to go get clinically tested, they might be clinically insane. Because they gonna be so flustered and bewildered about what has took place the last 3 years. They don't know what's going on. How did this happen? They can't believe it. They can't believe it. So they want something to happen bad to Michigan, however it has to happen. They don't care. Dudes tear their ACL, they happy. They happy inside. Like, yes, it's happening. Finally. Like, bro, sheesh, calm down. They don't know how this has happened. They don't know. They just want it to be done with. They don't care how it happened. They just want it to be over with. Like, please, can we get back to beating these guys? They already turning on Judkins. What's that say? If they lose a player or injury, it's not even newsworthy. But yeah, they just cannot believe that Michigan has turned it around like that, and so they want anything bad. So they like, yes, anything. It don't matter if player get hurt, coach gets hurt, something bad happens to them. They don't care, as long as it's bad for Michigan. You know what I'm saying? That's all they care about. What else now? I heard Makari Page. Makari Page said something the other day, and it was troubling to me. I ain't gonna front. This is troubling to me. Now, he's talking to the media, so you never know. This could be nothing, or you know. Yep. Adrian. Man, Adrian used to give me. I went up there, bro. I went up there for when we was kids. I went up there to visit Adrian and my other cousins, man. Adrian was giving me the business in basketball. We was hooping, boy. Adrian was giving us the business, boy. That boy was giving us some work. I might leave you just standing there like. But yeah, Makari Page. I came up there, boy. They gave me in. What's the name? Me and I can't even think of my other cousin name. Again, gave us the business. I done went up there to visit. But yeah, Makari Page was saying that that Wink changed. Now this could be nothing, or this could be something, because you never know when they talk to the media. But he said Wink is changing everything. He's changing like nothing's the same. And I'm not sure if that's just saying that for, all right, I'm changing the signs and stuff like that, but Makari made it sound like he was changing a lot of the defense, like it wasn't the same. You know what I'm saying? That's troubling to me. I'm gonna keep it 100. If he's doing that, that's troubling to me. I'm gonna keep it 100. Yeah, my cousins in Muskegon was Adrian, Kari, Ryan Watson. Yeah, I'm related to all them dudes. But I thought Wink would he helped be he was part of the architect of that defense. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not doubting that that the defense will still be good. What I'm doubting is, or what I'm wondering is, if he's changing a bunch of stuff. You know, when you change stuff in football, you have growing pains that come with that. That's my worry, because we got Texas week 2. You know what I'm saying? I don't want no growing pains. I don't want that. You know, you change some of that defense, you gonna have dudes still confused. That's my worry. Hey, yeah, Adrian, he still be fresh. He be having them Jordans and all that stuff. But yeah, that's my worry with Wink. With Wink, if he's actually changing the defense, or if he's, you know, Makari could just be saying that stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, he's changing it, but he's really just changing the verbiage and things like that. He's not changing the actual defensive structure. I hope he's not. You know what I'm saying? You would think that he would talk to Mentor and just keep everything about the same. You know what I'm saying? I've heard 2 different things, because I've heard that he's called the players in there, the leaders and the guys on defense that have been there. Oh, it's like somebody always falling asleep at the wheel or something, texting or something. But yeah, I've heard that what Makari said, and then I've heard from another source or whatever that Wink called a lot of the guys in there and asked them what they were doing last year, what's their opinion and all that type of stuff. So we'll see. I just don't want, I don't want no growing pains. Not with the defense that's returning a lot of these dudes. A lot of these dudes that know the system, that could set you back a little bit. Which we really don't need this year. Playing Texas week 2. We ain't got time for the growing pains. If it's now if it's a new starter or something like that, a growing pain can be expected. But dudes like Josiah, Derek Moore, Mason Graham, Rashawn Benny, Kenneth Grant, Hausman, what's his name? Quinn Johnson, Makari, Will Johnson. You know what I'm saying? All those dudes, you want them to know the system and be ready. They already got it. You know what I'm saying? We got the system. We got it locked down. Even for those young players, the young players that weren't playing, if the system is the same, they should know it. But if you come in and you changing a bunch of stuff, then that can set everybody back, honestly. But we'll see. We don't know. We don't know, because right now we don't know. All I can go on with is what Makari said. You get what I'm saying? But he's talking to the media, so we don't know if Wink told him to just say that. So we gotta wait and see, basically, which I hate. No, them ones too low key, but this what's up. Good. He's starting from the strength of the defensive tackle, then working on everything else from that, Johnny. That's his words. Got you. But yeah, we'll see. You know, as long as these dudes know what they doing by the time the first game start, I ain't got no problem. But the defense has to be the strength of the team this year. You know what I'm saying? Same way it was last year. But the weight's probably going to be harder, going to be even heavier on the defense, you know, depending on how the offense looks. So that's the main thing. What else going on? What else? Oh, yeah. Somebody corrected me earlier. Bro, I swear I thought Caleb Williams was 6'5". I swear I thought dude was huge. And that's crazy because I done watched a ton of USC. I thought dude, I really thought dude was 6'5", 6'6", something like that. Like, no cap. I thought dude was big like that. I had to look it up that he was 6'1" when somebody said he ain't nearly that big. Yeah, I thought dude was huge. For some reason, he looks big to me. That's probably why. You know, when you see something and you just go on it in your mind, I definitely thought Caleb was about 6'5". But hey, he ain't that big. Maybe he just looks big to me. I don't know. But I definitely thought dude was huge, bro. Bro, don't he look big? Like, dude looks like he's about at least 6'4". He looks at least 6'4" to me. Like, really 6'5", but oh, here we go. I ain't got time for that Cam and Mace stuff. I tried to pause myself, but I talk so reckless. I'd be pausing myself every 2-3 minutes. I ain't got time for that. I tried. I talk too reckless with this football stuff. But I can't. I just can't. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, he looks big to me. I'm honestly, and I'm gonna keep it real. I'm too grown for that at this point. I'm pushing 40, bro. I ain't got time to be pausing myself all the time. I ain't got time for that stuff no more. I might look like I'm about 30, my low 30s. I'm pushing up to my high 30s. I ain't got time for all that. I ain't got time, bro. I tried. You know, I tried before to be like, oh, pause. And then I realized, man, I be talking reckless. I be talking reckless on here. I won't have time to say nothing. I'll be pausing myself. Man, did you see the way that ball flew in there? Pause, man. Man, he looked big. Pause. Did you see it? Man, dude look thick. He big. Pause. I wouldn't have time to say nothing. I have to pause myself every few seconds, boy. I ain't got time for that. But yeah, dude is. I thought dude was tall. You know, he ain't that tall though. You know, I thought dude was big. You know. Hey, I be saying some crazy stuff, so I ain't got time for it. You know what I'm saying? I just ain't got time. I'm not polished, you know. I'm not media trained or polished, you know, to, you know, say things the right way. I don't write stuff down most of the time, so most of this is just popping into my head as I go. So, you know, it's gonna come out crazy. It might sound weird. Like, did he just say the ball came in? Yeah, I did. I mean, no diddy. I just said it like that, you know. I just it popped in my head. I said it like that. We gonna rock with it, you know. We ain't on that type of time. You know. Oh, what does this hat mean? It ain't Buckeyes. You can. I know that. Honestly, I really don't know. It's an NBA hat. The hat is an NBA hat, and I'm not sure what the B stands for. It was like I got this hat like 4-5 years ago. It was like You know when Lids has $15 hats? And I just bought it because it looked good. I wear a lot of black and red stuff, you know. So the hat went with like most of my outfits and, you know, most of my fits. I ain't got time for it, bro. All the pausing and stuff. You know, Mason them, they grew up on that, so it's easy for them to just do all that pausing. We ain't grow up on that. Most we did was we did the no homo type stuff, you know, all that. I ain't gonna front. Our generation, we was reckless. Like we saying, I ain't gonna say it on here because I know I'm gonna get flagged. But you know what we was saying? We was saying the F word. We was saying that, and we wasn't. No, we was just calling you it. We was just calling you it. Wasn't no beating around the bush. Boy, you all Joe. That's what we said, and we was letting it fly. We was letting it fly, boy. Wasn't no beating around the bush in our generation, boy. We saying that F word, and we letting it fly as soon as we can, boy. You bet not have no. You bet not say nothing questionable or you be acting that way. We saying it, boy. We letting it fly. Wasn't no progressive about it. Nah, wasn't nothing progressive, boy. You were that was our generation. There wasn't no progressive, wasn't no metrosexual about it, wasn't none of that. Wasn't none of that. You better carry yourself accordingly or you gonna have trouble for you. That's what it was. Yeah, wasn't no my bad, none of that stuff, bro. You best carry yourself accordingly. Yeah, we on your head. We on your head, boy. It was a different time. If you didn't grow up if you wasn't like an 80s baby, late 70s, you know, all that type of stuff, it was different back then. Caleb, a dude like Caleb in the 90s, that would have never flown. That would have never flown. Who you think you is? We saying it. We saying it hard. The hard F. We saying it the hard F. Get your out of here. I ain't gonna say it because YouTube, I know YouTube gonna come for me then. But we saying it hard. Like, ain't none of that, boy. This man got his nails painted. We letting them have it. That the hard F word. Which we really don't hear it no more. Now that I think about it, you don't hear it no more. But our generation, oh, that was our go-to. If you was questionable, we going to that hard F. We ain't just saying it soft, that hard F. We letting you have it. You know what I'm saying? So that's the thing. You know, it's a real different generation. That's why they do it. And I mean, this ain't football related, but I mean, we done went down the rabbit hole. But that's the thing, you know, our generation, we wasn't inclusive. It wasn't like that. So, you know what I'm saying? So, as far as everything now, the skinny jeans, all that type of stuff, you couldn't do that stuff. Like, you had to carry yourself as a man for the most part. You know what I'm saying? You had to be tough. You had to carry yourself like a man. You ain't playing with no dolls as a kid. You playing with G.I. Joes, Ninja Turtles, all this stuff. It wasn't no confusion about it. Don't get confused. You know what I'm saying? The dude that was painting his nails, he was in that little gothic clique. You know, you might have had a gothic clique, or if it was another type of school, he might have just been to himself. Or he was in a little clique and he had his nails painted. He damn sure wasn't on the football team. He wasn't on the football team. That's a fact. Now, he might have been getting jumped by some football players calling him that F word. But he wasn't on the team. That's for sure. Why are you live while driving? Well, so you see, I got a stand up. You see, I have a stand right here. You see, you know, I put this stand up here, and the stand holds my phone, and then so I can talk while not holding my phone, and I can still go live while I'm driving. But yeah, the generations is different, you know, and that's why I was saying yesterday, this is unprecedented. We wasn't going for this stuff. We wasn't going for a lot of this stuff, and that's why him being like that and being the #1 pick, it's all new. That's new stuff. Because we, you know, our generation, we wasn't going for a lot of this stuff. And a lot of this stuff. And it kind of bothers me, you know, we done got old and we have to see this stuff, and, you know, not even the metrosexual, it's just seeing the way young men kind of carry themselves, you know. It bothers me, you know. It does bother me. All these super skinny jeans. Have you went into the store and seen a dude and he's got on, it's like he's got on spandex jeans? Like, this is crazy. This man is really trying to show off his figure. What happened to man? What happened to man? You know, I mean, this ain't got nothing to do with football. I'm just saying. We done went down this. See, this is why I don't be wanting to go down this metrosexual Caleb Williams rabbit hole, because it's a deep hole. I'm gonna see. It's a deep hole. You see, I be saying reckless stuff all the time. I can't. Yeah. You say, do I believe in Jesus? Of course, I believe in the Most High. I was raised in church. I was raised in church, so, you know, and I was raised with an old school pop, so, you know, when I see a lot of this stuff, it's crazy to me. I'm a little kid. This is the early 90s. I'm a little kid. And me and my pops, we go into it was Burger King. And it was back then we didn't call them trans or whatever. We called them cross dressers, I believe. You know what I'm saying? But it was a cross dresser or whatever was the cashier. And I'm just gonna, this is what my pop said. We paid for he paid for the stuff. I'm a little kid. Paid for the stuff, and then he was like, I don't even know why they let them work. And you know, I'm a little kid, so I get what he's saying, but I'm like, you know, little kid. You know what I'm saying? But that's what he said. You know, so that, whether right or wrong, that was just the time we were in. You know what I'm saying? That was just the time we were in. Hey, I'm just keeping it 100 today. That's what he said, bro. Like, that was just the time we was in. Like, hey, shouldn't even let them work. Okay, you know, I'm a little kid. Hey, that's my pops. But, you know, it's even on his generation, they definitely didn't tolerate that. And his generation is the ones that are still like in the NFL, to make this tie back in. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I believe in the Most High, definitely. If you follow me on Instagram or something, you know I'm always posting stuff about, the word. Yeah, he said, I don't even know why they let them work. Like, dang. That's what he said, bro. Like, but that's the thing, So I don't know what to say about that. That's why I don't be wanting to get in this Caleb rabbit hole, because I could go on a whole little just thing. Come on, a whole little thing about them just being in, all that. So hey, I'm watching you oil up now. I'm watching you. You seen that yesterday? Bro, they be trying to come for me, act like I'm just broke or something just because I'm driving my car or something. Like, bro, when I'm in my car, I'm making money. When I'm in this car specifically, this is strictly a money-making car. I bought this car strictly to make money. Like, I got my Charger at the house with the Hemi, big boy monster, you dig? But I bought that Charger and I barely drive it. I really only drive it on the weekend. Yeah, I really only drive it on the weekend. I drive this at work all the time, and I might work from 7 to 7 some days. Like tonight, I probably won't get off till about 7 to 8. So broke is something I don't even know what that is. I don't even know what that is, honestly. Luckily I'm blessed, but broke is something I don't even know what that is, honestly. I made promises to myself I wouldn't be broke. So I don't know what that is. People talking like that makes me think that something going on with you. And let me say this too. People on the internet is wild, bro. They're wild. I wouldn't even think to go on somebody's stuff and be like, you're broke. You're a broke guy. You know what I'm saying? You're broke. Or you live in your car. Oh, you're a broke white guy. You're a broke black guy. I wouldn't even think to do nothing like that. That's crazy to me. Like, it's just wild to me that people get on the internet and do that type of stuff. And like they get off on it. Like you get off on it. I don't know what's going on in here, but I'm gonna go in here and say some crazy stuff. You're like, if it was Michigan related, that's cool. Troll on. You know what I'm saying? You talking about Michigan, but it'll just be something crazy like, when did you get from Africa? Something like, bro, that's what you get off on. Like, you wake up and you get off on that type of stuff. It's just like, honestly, I was saying some Ohio State fans might be insane. A lot of people on the internet insane, bro. Like, a lot of people on the internet are insane. To get on lives and stuff and just start saying crazy stuff. I've seen dudes get in my chat and start talking about Hitler and, doing all that stuff. Like, you insane, bro. Like, the internet has made a lot of people crazy, bro. They feel like they can come on here and just say anything and do anything and they can just get away with it, bro. Like, people are crazy. Like, real talk. Yeah, people in the comment section, they say the craziest stuff, bro. The craziest stuff. I just be tripping because all I do is grind. Put my head down and grind. And that's why when you see me, to get back to football, and that's why when you see me talk about football, it's all about the players grinding and getting better, putting the work in. That's why I'm always talking about that. Because nobody's gonna give you anything. That's why you get a player that wants to just come. Oh, I just want to come to Michigan. I expect to start from the jump. But ain't nobody giving you nothing. You got to work for this spot. Same way ain't nobody gonna give you nothing in life. Nobody's giving you anything. And this is where it ties back to this metrosexual and what happened to men. What happened to men? We got men thinking somebody just gonna give you something. Ain't nobody giving you nothing, bro. You a man, you got to work for it, for real. Nobody's coming to save you. Nobody. You got to work. You want that starting spot? You best be hitting the weight room. You best be doing your film work. You best be doing your footwork. Ain't nobody giving you nothing. That's why I'm always preaching the off season is time to get better. You have to grind. You have to grind to get better at football, at life. Nobody's gonna save you. I promise you. Now, if you a fine woman, somebody could possibly save you. I don't care how handsome you is as a man. Ain't nobody saving you, dog. Ain't nobody saving you. Yeah, I don't care how handsome you is. ain't nobody saving you. You a man, dog. You best get out here and grind and work. That's what it's about. You know what I'm saying? So that's the big thing. That's the big thing. And that's why I'm always saying off season, it's time to get better. You know what I'm saying? So that's the thing. It's just crazy, the world we live in. Unless you selling butt. Bro, ain't no, hey, that's an outlier. we talking about the regular dudes out here, man. Ain't nobody saving you. Ain't nobody saving you. You got to get it out here. You got to get it out here. Now, if you a woman, like, and this is no shade to women or nothing, you know, with the gender and all that stuff. A woman could be saved. How many of us are single, or you? If you're making a bunch of money, you would take a woman, and she might not have nothing going for herself financially, but you would take care of her and save her. Like, I'm gonna take care of you. Nobody is seeing a man and being like, "You're so handsome, I'm coming to save you. I'm gonna take care of you. Look here, look here." You know, just imagine your girl saying this. "Look here, Johnny. You so handsome. You know, I'm gonna take care of you. You ain't gonna have to worry about nothing no more. I'm saving you. All I want you to do is, you know, watch football and play Madden and, you know, take care of the lawn, and I'm gonna take care of you for the rest of your life." It's not happening. That's what men say. Women don't say that type of stuff. So you got to, if you're a man, you got to get it in your head early. The earlier you get it in your head that I got to get out here and grind and work for myself and do what I got to do, the better off you gonna be. You know, because ain't nobody saving you, dog. You know, but that's why I say with football, all of this stuff, you got to grind. You have to enjoy. And this is when it turned for me. And I wish it would have turned for me like this when I was in high school. I probably would have been way better. You have to enjoy practicing. Once you start enjoying practicing, like, and doing footwork drills and all that stuff on your own, when you start enjoying that, then now you've hit something. You know, where it's not, "Oh, I gotta go hit the field," where it's like, "Man, I'm finna go hit the field," and you actually enjoy it. That's when you hit a turning point. When you actually, like, I enjoy going to do footwork drills. I enjoy working out. I enjoy practice in itself. You know, because when I was a kid, like, we go at football practice, doing all them drills, like, it wasn't fun for me. Like, I didn't get enjoyment out of it. But then when I came back later as an adult and started doing it, it was fun. Like, I enjoyed going to the field on my own. I enjoyed doing footwork drills. I enjoyed being at practice and grinding. Like, I enjoyed it. Like, man, this, I love this. You know what I'm saying? So I think a lot of them dudes, that's the difference. who really enjoys it, or who goes to practice and then they go home and get on Madden. They go home and go do whatever. You know what I'm saying? Some of these dudes are naturally gifted, so they'll still make the NFL and they'll still be dogs. But once you get to a certain level, it's about who's doing all that extra stuff, who's gonna last, because they got the work ethic. They have the work ethic to last in the game. You know what I'm saying? Some of these dudes don't have it. Well, yeah, what else is going on? Let's see. So Carmelo English, I'm kind of worried about the depth at wide receiver a little bit. But Carmelo English, he transferred, didn't he, right? I'm a little worried about that. I mean, not as much as like if I was an Ohio State fan, but I'm a little worried about that. Like this, you know. It kind of makes me wonder what is going on with the receivers and all that type of stuff, you know. Makes me wonder just a little bit. That's what I'm saying, bro. The depth is like, there is no depth. You know, we done lost, what, threefold receivers. You know? Like, honestly, if you go Carmelo, Omarion Walker, because he should have been a wide receiver. Honestly, they should have used him at wide receiver last year. He might not have transferred. Who knows, but that's how I feel. So Darius, Omarion, Carmelo. I'm not sure if Amon Dennis was a corner or a wide receiver. If you flip back and forth, that means you probably can play both of them. You get what I'm saying? So I'm still going to count him. That's the same way I'm going to count Omarion Walker. If he's flipping back and forth, he can play both. So maybe we could have used him. Either way, he's gone. So the depth is getting crazy. Like, bro, we can't keep no wide receivers. We can't keep no wide receivers. Like, where y'all going? Bro, why all y'all leaving? Like, what's going on in practice so far? Like, what is going on? You know, it helps that we use our tight end. Our tight end is really our second lead receiver most of the time. So, you know, that helps. Plus, our second tight end is going to get a nice amount of targets. So it helps, but, you know, we do run a lot of 3 wide receiver sets. That could change possibly because of our wide receiver depth, what we're looking at. So what, we got Tyler Moore, Samaj, Fred Moore, and what's the other dude? I think that other dude I'm thinking of is Carmelo English, and he done transferred. I had high hopes for him. Samaj is little, but is that my car sounding raggedy? Was that me? I'm hearing something rattling. but Samaj is little, but that don't mean. I'm interested to see what Samaj's level up will be. Samaj needed to hit the weights, and he needs to hit the weights. You know, you can be little. And Samaj is a tough player. I'll give him that. He just has to put weight on. You know, but that's what the offseason is for. You got to hope that he's taking it serious. You can be in the weight program and still not be taking it as serious as you need to. So that's on him to take the weight program serious and put that weight on. That's going to be on him. So, because a dude like, remember Jeremy Gallen? Dog. A dog. And he wasn't nothing but about 5'8". You know what I'm saying? A dog. Gallen was a dog. You know what I'm saying? So A dude like that, he's short. He was super short, but he was just a beast. Man, he gained weight every year. By the time he was a senior, he looked like a little baby Steve Smith or something. You know what I'm saying? So that's the thing. So Samaj just has to put on the weight. You know what I'm saying? But if he's taking the weight room serious, he's gonna gain that weight, but he's gonna get even more explosive. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna see. But right now, it's looking thin. Who's the other dude? Fred Moore right now? Tyler Moore, Samaj, Fred Moore. I don't know who else, honestly. I used to get deep into recruiting and the wide receivers, but after a while I stopped because we don't barely use them. So I'll wait and find out, because it ain't like we gonna use them like Ohio State. But right now, I think I'm gonna have to take a look when I when I park. I'm gonna take a look, because we done got real thin. You know what I'm saying? We done got real thin at receiver and fast. We done got real thin, real fast at receiver, which is wild to me. Because this could have been Darius Clemens' time. This could have been Omarion Walker's time. I wish they would have never changed his position. I never liked that they changed his position. I never liked it. To me, I think he should have contributed last year, and this year would have been like, all right, I'm starting. I'm big, tall, fast. Well, I'm tall and fast. I wouldn't say he was big. See, this is why I can't do the Paul stuff, because y'all be talking crazy. But he's big and fast, tall, but he's gone now. You know what I'm saying? He's gone. Clemens is gone. This was really supposed to be Clemens' year. You know, he gone. What else? So we gonna see about this. What else? What else? Talked about the backs. Offensive line. I've said this before. Offensive line, I'm expecting the offensive line to be just as good. You got a bunch of dudes that have been sitting, waiting their turn. Juniors. Dudes that are juniors. Red shirt sophomores. Red shirt juniors that are ready for their turn now. So I'm expecting the offensive line to be good. You know what I'm saying? Because people didn't realize what was going on, and this is a lot of rival fans. They didn't, like, we were just bringing in transfers because, like, we were bringing in all these transfers, and we still weren't recruiting offensive linemen, and that couldn't be further from the truth. Michigan still had recruited offensive linemen, but they got recruits. They got transfers that were already polished, so they could just plug and play. Because Michigan didn't have time for growing pains. We ain't had no time for growing pains with what we was trying to do. So you you freshman, sophomore, junior, offensive lineman, you sit the bench and learn, and you're going to have your chance. But we're trying to win a championship. And we did. Mission accomplished. Now it's your turn. You still got a ring while you was on the bench too, so don't be pouting. Now it's your turn. You know, so that's the thing. I'm also interested to see what Kirk Campbell, what he can really do with Orgy, Denegal, Tuttle. You know, the cupboard ain't bare for what you can work with, but how polished can you get these dudes? You know what I'm saying? How polished can you get these dudes? I'm very interested to see. All right, we're gonna see how good of a quarterback coach you is, Kirk. We gonna find out now. We about to find out. Yeah, we're going to find out how good of a quarterback coach you really are now. And it's going to be interesting to see, you know, because JJ JJ was kind of JJ. But now you got Denegal, Orgy, Tuttle. We gonna find out how good some of y'all really is on this staff. We gonna find out. You can't just blame the player all the time. Sometimes it goes into, all right, let's see how good this coach is. Is he really developing these guys? Is he developing quarterbacks? You know, we had a problem with development. You can see that just from Joe Milton. Joe Milton when he went to Tennessee. Joe Milton went to Tennessee and he looked like a better quarterback. He didn't even look like close to the dude that was at Michigan. You know what I'm saying? So that's the thing. Now let's just hope Kirk Campbell can do his due. You know, he partly got that job because JJ loved him. You think Kirk Campbell the guy? I hope so. I hope so. You know, he got that job because JJ loved him. But, you know, JJ ain't there no more. So, I'm just hoping that you is that dude. Because, and not only that, we got to see what this offense is going to look like. Like, what's this offense going to look like this year? Like, what? And not only, okay, if Orgy's the quarterback, do they change the whole offense? Tweak it for him? Or if Denegal is the offense, do you just kind of keep it the same? And also, Jim Harbaugh's gone. So, you know, it's Chiron Moore's offense. So, is Chiron gonna, all right, there's some things that I wanted to do more, or there's things I wanted to do less. One thing I know about Moore is Moore likes to do a lot of trickeration. He likes to do the trick plays and stuff. He really likes that type of stuff. So I know that's probably something we'll see more of more often in big games, at least in the big time games. You know, when you're playing these cupcakes and these bad teams, you don't have to do the trickeration. You want to save it. But I know Moore, when we get into a big game, he ain't saving it. He likes to do that stuff. Yeah, he likes to do all that trickeration, you know, flea flickers, you know, halfback, throwback to the quarterback. We saw all this stuff in the big games. And honestly, I like that type of stuff, especially if an offense is stagnant. I like all that trickeration. Yeah, I like all of that. Trickeration, imagination, all that type of stuff. Yeah, I like that. So it's gonna be, man, me just talking about all this stuff, man, I'm ready for the season. I'm ready for the season already, man. I'm ready. I'm ready for the season right now. Bishop, I'm already ready. Like, let's go. I can't wait. Like, for real. What else? But yeah, I'm interested to see a lot of. I'm also the defensive line. I'm ready. I'm interested to see who steps up. Who shows out. Who's the next man after that first five. The first five is set. Josiah Stewart, Derek Moore, edge rushers. What's his name? Kenneth Grant, Mason Graham, Rashawn Benny. Those five are set. So you got your five. I'm interested to see, is TJ Guy ready? Is he ready? You know what I'm saying? Who's ready to step in and has been waiting for their turn? Who's been waiting for their turn and this is my year. It's time for me. I feel like it should be TJ Guy, but you're going to need another D tackle that's going to need to be in that rotation. and another edge rusher, honestly, ready to get into rotation and contribute. You want to have 2 defensive lines. That's the main goal. Last year we had 2. Last year we had almost 2.5. Really, we were super deep. Nobody was getting fatigued. Fatigue didn't exist last year for us, really. Only position it might have came into play was linebacker, but edge rushers, two, maybe even almost 3 deep. D tackles, 2, almost 3 deep. Safety, 2, 3 deep. So it was just corner and linebacker, really, where we were still slick deep at corner. JJ's pocket awareness and footwork was noticeably better this year. It was refreshing. We finna run the hell out of the rock this year. He calls plays like it's 2008, but it still works. I love it. We got some depth on the interior, but the edges I'm not sure how deep we are. So y'all say we deep on the edge? See, I don't get into too deep into the recruiting, so I got you. I'm about to deep dive into our roster a little bit today, honestly. A little deeper than normal. But yeah. Chiron does get, and I'm gonna say this, Chiron Moore's, when you start a game, you got your about 15 scripted plays. Or 10 to 15. Chiron Moore's first drive plays, they might be some of the best I've ever seen. Like his first drive plays, like his first and second drive plays, they're a thing of beauty. Like honestly, like his scripted plays, like we consistently scored on our first or second drive, like consistently. If we didn't score on the first, we damn sure did on the second. Like this dude's scripted plays were just like crazy good. Hey, you right about that. You right about it. You is right about that. Yeah, I ain't got time to get into the recruiting like that, bro. It's too much for me. It's too much. And then I might see somebody and I tie on to him and then he don't come. Now I'm mad at him. Like it gets too emotional for me. But yeah, Chiron Moore scripted plays, they're things of beauty, honestly. At the beginning of the game, it's beautiful stuff. But sometimes he gets bogged down. Like when he gets bogged down, he gets bogged down. And I guess you could say that for every offensive coordinator for the most part. Get out the car now. What is this, a robbery? I'm getting robbed. I'm getting robbed on my line. What is going on? Yes, just take it. Just take the car. Just take the car. I don't want no trouble. What's going on? But you see what I'm saying? But yeah, you see what I'm saying? Oh, he's online. But players, I think every coach can get bogged down. The offense gets stagnant. But the thing about Chiron that I like is, when it gets stagnant, he might go a whole half and the offense is stagnant, but it's a close game, so it really don't matter, But when you need that drive, to win, he get in his bag. When you need that drive to win a game, Ohio State, Alabama, not TCU, Washington, to close it out, that last little drive, he gets in his bag. When the pressure is on, Chiron gets in his bag. He be dialing up them plays. I ain't gonna front. That boy gonna dial them up. And I can't do so with that. I can't do nothing but say, oh, okay. Because the beginning of the game, because that's very important, that first and second drive, he get in his bag, scripting them plays. You know what I'm saying? And then if it's stagnant, like, you know, we remember this. So, you know, we used to have years that when the offense got stagnant, it was a wrap. It's done. It's a wrap. We losing. When that offense got stagnant, it wasn't no coming back for us. Some of them past years, it was a wrap. We losing. And now, because that could partly be because of our the players we had on the roster, and also because of the play calling was trash. It could be both. I'm not just gonna say it was all play calling, and I'm not gonna say it was all the players on the roster. But what I am saying is we was gonna lose. That's for sure. We was gonna lose. The offense was gonna be stagnant the whole game. Once it got stagnant, it was a wrap. It's stagnant for the rest of the game. But I'm glad that it's not like that. And Chiron Moore, when you need that drive, when you need those plays, the end of the game, like, we gotta have this drive. He get in his bag. Like, he get in his bag. And, you know, players still gotta execute, but when we get in that, all right, we need this drive mode, Chiron Moore, you can look at the play and say, yeah, these are well-designed plays. These are well thought out plays. He knew what, you know what I'm saying? He knew what the defense was trying to do. You know, he knew how to get Blake open. He knew how to get Roman open. He knew how to get JJ some yards, you know? So that's what I'm saying. Like, when the game is on the line, Chiron knows how to, all right, this is going to work. Just execute it. If they execute this play is going to work. And that's what I like about Chiron, you know, because, man, those past years we had, y'all, man, when that offense got stagnant, you could count it. It's a wrap. We ain't winning. We ain't winning this game. We ain't winning. You know what I'm saying? We haven't had that feeling, though. When the offense got stagnant this year, in the last few years, it wasn't a problem. You know, he turned it back on. All right. He turned it back on. Honestly, I did have that feeling going into that last drive against Bama. I was nervous, boy. I was nervous. Woo, I was nervous. I was like, man, honestly, I was thinking, I wasn't sure if JJ was calm enough to make the throws. Because JJ, he was doing some effing. Fuck. He was doing some of that against Bama. He was doing some effing. I'm just finna throw it in there. You know what I'm saying? But that last drive, Chiron Moore, once we got the fourth down, I was like, okay, whew, let's get it. Let's go. Let's get it. But you see how wide open he had Blake on that fourth down? Roman Wilson to get the game tying touchdown. Dude's wide open. Like, that's great play calling. That's knowing what the defense is trying to do and exploiting it. That's great coaching. That's I'm in my bag. I'm better than you. Nick Saban, I'm better than you, dog. I know what you're trying to do, and I'm exploiting it. I'm better than you. I know how to confuse your defense. So I like that. I got to tip my hat to Chiron for that, because that boy was in his bag. Same thing with the Ohio State drive. The legendary 7 minutes of heaven drive against Ohio State. Boy, that was 7 minutes of heaven. Now, if you were Ohio State fan, that was 7 minutes of hell. The 7 minutes of heaven drive. You know, where we, and honestly, if Michigan really wanted to, if Chiron really wanted to, I bet he probably would have killed that whole clock. If it wasn't for the TV timeouts, we would have killed that whole clock. Ohio State's defense was gassed. They were so gassed. We would have killed that whole clock on them. Them TV timeouts saved them. But the runs and the play calls on that drive, perfection. Man, I ran over a box. But Jim Knowles, step on up. Chiron Moore said, I'm better than you, dog. I'm better than you. I know what your defense trying to do. You know we about to run it down your throat, and you can't stop us. I'm better than you. I'm in my bag, and I'm better than you. You know what I'm saying? So I like that. I really like that about Chiron now that I'm really thinking about it. Hey, I'm watching the road, bro. A box. You know, Florida traffic is something serious, bro. Like, people, there's always trash and stuff in the street. Like, so I just ran over when you got a TV box, but it splits in half, the box splits in half. It was in the street. You know what I'm saying? I was going too fast to swerve around it. Just had to run over it. You know, it was cardboard. It probably ain't do nothing. But Florida is crazy, bro. It's crazy down here. Like, people cannot drive. Like, you really have to pay attention. Why you put dog in quotations? I don't know. But yeah, you really have to pay attention. People will be trying to get in my lane. That's why I'm always honking at somebody, because somebody will be trying to get in my lane. They just be merging. But yeah, Chiron is really gets in his bag, and I love that. You know, I don't think we appreciated it as much as we probably should have this year, but a lot of his beginning of the game play calling and his we need a drive to win it. We need a drive. That's why that's probably why we were up most of the time. Man said I got road rage. And that's probably why we were up most of the time, because whenever we needed a drive, like the Ohio State game where it was back and forth. Whenever they scored, boom, we were right back at them. Whenever we needed a drive to score or go ahead, he always came with a good batch of plays. Always. You know? So now let's just hope he can continue that. Because it's gonna be even more crucial for you this year. Because you might really have to scheme. You might really have to scheme the offense around Orgy. I'm just gonna say Orgy's the starter. So you might really have to scheme and build this offense around what he does well. You know what I'm saying? So that's just what's going on. I'm almost to this target. It's been a long ride, honestly. That Florida traffic is crazy, bro. This was a long ride. Good hour. And this is a lot of talking. I ain't got Chris with me in Minister Sports. Marcus, you know, I need Marcus on here with these lives to help me out. I get tired of talking, honestly. But I'm almost to my destination, so I'm gonna go and wrap this one up, you know. But I am gonna do some research into what's the projected starters and the depth, and look up some of these dudes. You know what I'm saying? Because it's getting too close to time for me to know. I got to know. You should do it live at the crib. I need to, bro. Right now, like I've been saying, I've been in grind mode, bro. So, you know, I'm working 10, 12-hour days, bro. I'm working, and then I've been dealing with some other stuff that I ain't even gonna get into. But I've been working. I start my days at 7, bro. And some days I don't get off till 7 or 8. I don't make it home till 8 o'clock, bro. So I'm gassed, bro. Like, I gotta, one of my jobs is seasonal, so I gotta maximize my money with them while I can. So I'm grinding, bro. So when I get home, I'm gassed. I'm putting on Shogun. I'm putting on Invincible. I'm putting on what's that other show I've been watching? The 97 X-Men. You know, I'm putting on something like that, and I'm relaxing. I'm maxing and relaxing. You dig? You know what I'm saying? I done found me a new little ramen place. So I might get off work that 12 hours, go get me this sliced beef ramen with the brisket in there. Woo-wee. Boy, I'll get me a bowl of that, eat that, and watch one of my shows, and it's a wrap. And I get prepared to go do it again the next day. You dig? You know what I'm saying? So, but I'm gonna try to do a live probably this weekend or something when I'm just kind of got a little more time to relax. But through the week, I'm gassed, bro. I'm gassed. But I'll try to do one on the weekend. Honestly, I started to do one last weekend, and then it was just like, because honestly, it's a lot. When doing those lives at the house, because you know I might go for an hour and a half, 2 hours. Them things is exhausting. And then we be laughing. We be laughing at people trying to troll, bro. Them things is exhausting. But they are fun, definitely. Hey, that new X-Men is crazy. My boy Cyclops is a monster. But that's who he always was. The movies made Cyclops to where he wasn't. The movies downgraded Cyclops. Cyclops was always that dude, always the leader of the X-Men. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, it is what it is. He been that dude. When that boy got out that plane and blasted down, and to me, my X-Men. Woo! Boy, you talking about I'm a kid again, boy. I was a kid again. I think every X-Men fan, when that scene happened, we was all like, woo! We was all hype, boy. We turned us all into little kids. But and I ain't even gonna get in what's going on with Rogue and Magneto. My boy Gambit was hurt. Rogue, hey, Gambit, she won yours. It was just your turn, my G. It was just your turn. Let me get off of here and go work, bro. What's up, Danger Adventures? Let me get a shout out to Danger Adventures. You know, I'll shout you out, bro. It ain't no problem. But I got to get off of here, y'all. I got to go in here and work. Been on for about an hour and something, but I appreciate it. And shout out to Danger Adventures. And as always, go blue.